newly discovered-ish is the nervous system runs through the fascia.
What?
Yeah, so it can influence it, and that can influence the nervous system. The nervous system can influence the fascia.
So that means if you're stuck in like fight or flight,
yeah,
like,
it tightens up. Yeah,
it tightens up. Thank you, Alex, for doing this. I don't know how to explain what you do.
It's hard sometimes. But,
okay.
I work with fascia. If you don't know what fascia is, do you kind of have an understanding of what fascia is?
So I have no idea about fascia. Cool. I know fashion and fascist. So where does fascia fall in?
Not in between.
Not in between?
No. But okay. So it's this stuff that wraps around everything in the body.
Okay.
Like, do you eat meat?
Love it.
Okay, cool. You've had chicken and you see that clear film that's over it? Mm-hmm. That's what fascia is.
Okay.
So it kind of wraps around the muscle. It attaches everything to everything else, and we need it for things to slide and glide.
Okay.
Yeah. So I work with that to help take tension off the body. So that helps muscles, that helps bones. It creates a structure of the body, essentially.
Okay.
So if somebody has shoulder problems, neck problems, that's what we work with, is creating space in that fascia, the very thing that holds everything into place.
Yeah.
And it kind of recalibrates it, help restructure everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, like you're cutting hair, your arms are out in front of you. This is engaged. This is engaged. So naturally the body wants to have the shoulders roll forward.
Yeah.
So that fascia, that connective tissue forms in that way. So it's going to be tighter back here, a little bit looser up here. So we would work with this, creating space back there. So everything can kind of come back a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then the second part is up to the client, moving, working out, because you're recalibrating all that stuff. So all that muscle that is maybe working at 70% because everything's rolled forward is now a little bit more balanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is not how someone explained fascia to me. It was one of my buddies. He's an RD. And he was saying, "Oh, you gotta start rolling out your calf muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, why? Because you gotta break up you gotta loosen up your fascia."
Yeah.
And he explained it as having a Ziploc bag, mm-hmm. and the Ziploc bag is too full, and it's so tight. He goes, and then what happens if you overfill a Ziploc? He goes, it rips open. He goes, exactly. He goes, that's not what you want to happen to your fascia. He goes, but he was saying is that like the tightness is what you're feeling in your body. Dude. So when you loosen it up, he's like, you're slowly like almost like expanding the Ziploc bag.
Okay. Yeah.
So that way you also can move. He goes, so you just need to like roll out your calf muscles and your like glutes and your hamstrings. He goes, so you roll those out. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen is you're going to break up any like scar tissue you're going to go through or whatever. Maybe he said that. I don't remember now. I've heard a lot of people talk to me about rolling out your hamstrings. So I'm probably blurring it all together. In that you will, he goes, what's going to happen is you're going to relax the muscles. So that way that back that it's in mm-hmm. is going to be able to expand with it. He goes, especially if you're growing bigger muscles. Sure. To need to do that. He goes, it's not the same as stretching.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, stretching is one thing. Working on your fascia to make sure that your Ziploc bag on your muscle is a complete other. So that's how he explained it to me. I've always imagined, ready for this, like when I see bodybuilders, I imagine each muscle is in like a little sandwich bag. And
that's great.
And I was like, man, each muscle has its own sandwich bag. Like they had to like work really hard to like not, ruin their muscles. But
sure, yeah.
Yeah, so like there's this guy, my phone, he popped up on my newsfeed, and I thought it was really wild what he was doing because, hang on, what happened here? I just got the new iPhone, and
you could change the background and text.
Yeah, I know that.
So jealous.
What I don't like is that I have no idea how the app works when it comes to the photo library. because I didn't upgrade. Because once everybody said, "Oh man, the new Apple library is awful
For photos?
Yeah, for photos.
Oh yeah, you can like search stuff. Just crazy.
Yeah, but like I liked how it just was. I don't need to search things. I put everything in categories.
Sure. Yeah.
But now I don't like how it goes into this. Like, here's how you should organize your photos. That annoys the shit out of me. But this guy named Dr. Alice something, I can't pronounce his last name. He has 1.7 million followers. But
Curtis.
yeah, he was always talking. He was talking about how to look younger and how to not use and have to rely on plastic surgery and all that. And from the world that my wife works in, and there's this airway dentistry, and talk about widening your face. And once you start doing, they start really activating what they call the beauty bone, which is the maxilla. And once that maxilla widens, you get higher cheekbones, you get a better profile, all these things. And knowing how that changes your face. Okay, so I'm like, what if? Because now everyone's getting fillers that have higher cheekbones and all this. But if their face was wider from natural expansion, the way our faces should have been, we wouldn't need all these things, right?
Right.
And then when I was like him, and then you popped up, which is crazy that you popped up because we had already met before.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, it's Alex.
Yeah.
The guy who works on the body, because he said he did body work.
Yeah. What's he saying?
And, with all your tattoos and you say you do body work, the first thing I think of is like, this guy's a car guy. Body work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like that's all the guys I know in the car world, they're all covered in tattoos. And,
Sure.
Yeah. I was not thinking physical body like me. And so you were talking about that, and it made me think, like, what if everyone's aging because there's over-dominant muscles in their face?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then I was thinking, we know how, so my body, if I stretch and get massage, I did trigger point massage, and that was like the best thing I've ever had in my life.
That's nice.
And I was like, what if, and I feel like you're kind of alluding to this in some of your stuff. It's like, is there like a stretching or like unworkout routine, if you know what I'm talking about, to like preserve, like everyone as they get older, they always get this like chin thing. And what if like somebody said that like in this part, your double chin is like actually related to like your pelvic bone and like the sacrum, like it all, like everything in your body is all interconnected.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But that's why I specialize in neck stuff. Because someone will have like lower back pain, we'll work on the neck, and that takes so much pressure off. Because we naturally have an S curve in our spine.
We should.
It's a natural S curve. It's like very gentle. But over time, either the hips go out, so the pelvis anteriorly tilts like a bowl, and that sends the butt back. And then to compensate, you go forward, or vice versa. You go forward and the butt goes back. So working with the neck kind of brings everything back. Then you have that space, and then you can recalibrate a little bit easier.
How does your stuff work different, or does it work in tandem with like somebody who does chiropractic work?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Because like obviously you can't, like there are instances where you need to move bones back into alignment.
Sure. Yeah. But there's the muscle and fascia is what puts the bones in that place.
Pulling it back.
Yeah. Because you'll have people that go and they have shoulder injuries and they're getting popped every week for 1,000 years. And they're like, what's happening? And you'll kind of work with like the muscle, or you'll find something in the neck or somewhere else in the body. And then they're like, oh, this is gone now.
Yeah.
Because you have muscle memory.
Totally.
You have just compensation patterns. Like, for example, if you're sitting a lot in the car, you're going to lean more on the left side and kind of drive. You have a whole bunch of different factors that are going to put something somewhere else. So then those muscles can harden, that fascia can harden and become sticky, and that dictates the structure and posture of your body.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's super annoying and inconvenient, but we have to work what we have. But with the face stuff is crazy because there's some muscles that you use a lot and then some that you don't use at all. You mentioned right here.
Yeah.
I did a video and it's like popping up a little bit. There's some people like, I don't know how Instagram works exactly, but it's kind of popping up, which is cool. But it's working the platysma, which is it comes up to here, and there's this muscle that goes down here.
Okay.
So if you're like that, you're engaging it. So you can do sets of that, and it'll be sore like the next day. Because I do one where you turn the neck, from the neck, and then you go up, and then do a neutral. But there's muscles like that, and then if you engage them,
is this why
this can kind of lift?
Metal and punk rock men who probably don't have this because they're always like screaming in the microphone.
With the exception of a Cannibal Corpse guy, but he's
I think doesn't he have like a 42-inch neck?
It's insane.
I mean, I feel like, you know, the character Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Like, where it's just his head. That's Corpse Grinder. That's him. It's just, he should go as Juggernaut.
They need to do, some science experiments because he's so happy. Every video I see of him, every performance, he's like pretty happy. He's excited.
Do you know what he does for when he's on tour? He is apparently a master at winning fucking stuffed animals in those claw games.
Oh, cool.
And he just breathes out where his fucking wins up and he just gives them children's hospitals.
That's incredible.
I'm like, this is like the most opposite of the lyrical content of this band. This dude is like rainbows and unicorns.
I love that.
Yeah. But like Cannibal Corpse would be like zombie unicorns.
Right.
Under, black metal rainbows.
How insane.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, they did this nice thing for my daughter. Like, let's see like what this guy does. And he's like, this song's about shooting blood.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my first introduction to Cannibal Corpse was actually the second podcast I talked about Cannibal Corpse was Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, first off, I'm like, I had never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, this sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then you look in the credits and it's like band performance, Cannibal Corpse.
How cool. That's so rad. Like that makes me so happy that he's like, I dig this music. Can you please put this in this movie?
Originally wanted Napalm Death. Apparently.
That would be cool too.
Either way, it would have been cool.
Yeah. That's nuts.
It's so funny because like I think like it's so for me, just because I know you're also into like music and metal.
The music, yeah.
I'll say like I like metal, and then people just start rattling off all these bands, and I'm like, look, you don't have to like all the metal bands. You just have to like
double down. It is
like I don't like all metal bands. There's metal bands that go doesn't do anything fine.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell you how many times somebody will talk about a band, and I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I try. So it's like the old man in me, where I'm like, I hear a new record or something from a band, I'm like, their old stuff's better. Their old stuff's better.
Their old stuff. Sometimes their old stuff is better. But also, but then sometimes think about like some of these bands are not even any original members either.
I know.
So like, of course, like how could their own stuff is completely different members.
I know. I kind of figured it out that with like older 2000s music.
Yeah.
There's less cleaner transitions.
Oh, just a little bit more abrupt.
Yeah. More abrupt. It's like pieces of stuff. They didn't clean it up as well, or they weren't produced as well. So they'll go into this chunky part. And then breakdown instead of all these like clear, nice transitions, because that's evolving kind of for them. But then the abruptness and kind of craziness is or chaoticness is what I'm into.
Yeah.
So
I
would be like that.
I actually think my thing right now is the production quality. And this is my beef with most music in general, is that it's gotten too clean and too overproduced.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Humanity has now been removed from the music. So I've been finding myself like going back and listening to like the Beach Boys. Yeah, I'm like, this was all recorded probably with one mic, 4 dudes singing perfectly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pet Sounds is up there. It's also insanity, but
it's like one of the best records of all time. Yeah, but like, yeah, I feel like there's that. So okay, what are we doing with your hair, dude? We're gonna talk, and I want you to tell me a little bit more about what you got going on. So. You sent me a text that you're trying to grow out like a mullet.
Yeah.
Correct on that stuff?
I'm working on a mullet.
Working, yeah. This little guy right here. So
the back is
old
like
baby mullet right now. So we're really just going to kind of be focusing in on this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what about the top and through here?
I kind of want to just like, I'm trying to even this out. So like as this gets longer, I'm going to clean this up here.
Okay. So I have no idea what you mean by that. So let me ask you a question. This is going to be longer.
Yeah.
Do you want this to be like, if we did not have this back part, let's just forget the mullet part of the haircut.
Sure.
If from here forward, it would look like one haircut. Is that what you're going for? Or do you want this? Because there are mullets where this part is also a little bit more like peacocky. What I mean by like it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit more up the more demanding attention. And it kind of works with this. And those are like, I call those like the wide mullet mohawks, where like it's really just like a strip of hair like this.
Sure.
And then there's the true business up front, party at back and in the back. And that's where like this looks like a normal, nice, clean, fun haircut. And then there's length back here.
That's more what I'm going for.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going for classic.
Classic. Yeah.
Mississippi left that.
That's right. So this is, yeah.
You gotta,
do me something.
You gotta get this growing, dude.
I know. I'm trying.
Well, let's start off. All right. Look, we can't find them. Go.
All right, cool.
All right. All right. So on here, on the sides, how short do you want this to be? Do you want this to be like kind of like the skin? Do you want to see skin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going pretty short with it.
Like bald?
Yeah, I think like a little skin fade thing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start on the top.
Sure.
Because I think that would be a good place to start. Just get some fun texture through there. And then I'm gonna get it pretty close with the scissors as I can on the sides, and then right towards the end I'll go through and like blast that out to the skin.
Cool.
I like using scissors and combs because it just works. What happens is with clippers. By the way, I'm not dogging guys who use clippers, but what will happen is on the receiving end of clients getting clippers out to say like, I don't see how my head wobbles in and out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's because the clippers is like a lawnmower. So if you have a bumpy lawn, it's just going to show the bumps in your head. Where this would be like somebody like taking the weed whacker and leveling your lawn, where it would create a straight line. It wouldn't matter the wobbles and bumps.
Gotcha.
So this is why I like doing this, because it really builds it up better to your head shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there on out, we can just go through and start like blasting out. Now, with that side piece right here, it looks like it just kind of comes like right here. Is this like all you really want right in through here?
I think so.
Do you want the length to start pretty close to your master process, or do you want it to come a little bit further back?
Maybe a little bit further back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good fun. I can talk to you about the bones.
I heard that. Yeah.
Because you know the bones.
It's pretty cool.
It's not, we have to learn this stuff in cosmetology school. How long have you been doing this, Alex? And by the way, Alex, can you please introduce your full name, your Instagram, all of that?
So yeah, I'm Alex Novicki. My Instagram is Alex Fascia. And what else do I use? I think I started using YouTube, but not anymore. Yeah, I've been doing this for 10 years. Been working for myself since the pandemic. And that was fun. I opened shop in February of 2020. It was like, yay, sweet. I'm like, hell yeah, let's sign a lease. 1 year, let's go. And then a month later, everything shut down.
That's awful.
It was crazy. So I started from like -0, which in hindsight, I'm kind of like appreciative for, because there were a lot of businesses that were just like calling it quits or shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, that was crazy, because I helped my brother move from Minneapolis. He's a nurse. He took a travel nurse COVID job in Minneapolis. Oh, no. Yeah, from Florida. So I helped him move from Florida to Minneapolis. And I was getting on a plane. I'm like, I was so scared, because that's when they kind of were unsure about everything and this and that. I'm like, I'm going to fly. And everyone was like, what the fuck? Why?
Were you worried
I have to
during that time?
I was a little nervous, because I'm like, I don't know what this is. I knew like the first SARS was insane. Like people's lungs were exploding. And I'm like, shit, that's not good. But yeah, we got to Florida. The second we landed, everybody like ripped their masks off. Yeah. We went and got Thai food. Nobody was wearing a mask like anywhere. It was like a party. People were out harder than ever before.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that went.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, here they shut everything down like pretty good. And I would see like maybe like one client a week here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they shut my building down. They're like, they sent out this email. And it's not the building I'm in now. It's a different one. And the lady's like, nobody can work under any circumstances, blah, 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 blah. She wasn't even here. She lived in LA, which was crazy. So I'm like, fuck.
Did they still make you pay rent while you were closed?
I did for quite a while. And then I didn't. So yeah, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, I would be like, you're forcing me to close my business. I'm not going to pay.
Yeah, I was scared because I'm like, okay, I don't know if she could sue me, this or that. So it was kind of weird. But no, I wasn't working. So what I did was I started that Instagram account where I was showing people, because clients of mine were asking like, hey, what can I do in the meantime? Like, you can take this lacrosse ball, put it against the wall and roll your back. You know, you could do this for your wrist. And then I was sending a lot of those texts. I'm like, I'm just going to put them in an Instagram. I had some friends follow me. And then my friend Thomas, who's a tattooer, he reposted my stuff. A bunch of people started following me and it just kind of took off from there. So I was posting every week and then like every other day and just didn't stop.
That's cool.
It was nice. I met a lot of people.
How'd you fall into this? Like,
I was working at Whole Foods.
uh-huh.
I think it was like 2014. And I was working at the main one in downtown Austin. And I think my team leader was like, my girlfriend works as a massage therapist and makes like $80K a year at Equinox. I'm like, oh, that's cool, dude. And for some reason that resonated with me. So I'd always liked helping people. Know how to help people kind of get out of injuries or do something in that realm. I just didn't know what it was or what it looked like. And he said that and it kind of clicked in a weird way.
You're like, this actually could work.
Strangely. Yeah.
Like 80K. Sign me up.
So sign me up. Yeah, that sounds great.
And who wouldn't want 80K?
20K and Whole Foods.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think you're making 80K at the Whole Foods. Maybe you could. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. There's some jobs in corporate that are insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got on the bus, went to the massage school, and it was like the last day that they were enrolling for their program for that year. So
you have to be a massage therapist for this.
Yeah, that's what I got my license in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that allows you to do these manipulations.
Yep, to work on people. Yeah.
Is there any other licensing that would allow somebody to do those sort of manipulations?
Yeah, I mean, PTs.
Esthetician? No.
I think estheticians, yeah. Because they do like face, head, and shoulder massages and stuff. I think that's part of it.
I was just curious because as a cosmetologist, I'm licensed to do esthetician work, manicuring, and hair.
Crazy.
So
could do everything.
I'm going to start doing this now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
So that goes be here.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do any of that. That's crazy. So how many hours do you have to go to school to become a massage therapist? Because I know for hair, it depends on which state you're in.
Yeah, it's different statewide, which kind of is annoying and sucks because if I move to New York, I think it's like 1,500 hours. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember Texas. I'm trying to remember what it was.
It was 1,500 hours for cosmetology in Texas, and now they dropped it to 1,000. They also did the same thing for California. They dropped it from 1,600, which is what I had to do, to now 1,000. I'm not saying that the young folks who are getting their licenses now are going to be less equipped than what I was. I do know that some states are now getting rid of the practical exam, and it's only theory. So you're having a lot of young hairdressers, and I say young in the industry, they could be 70 years old, they got their license. They're a young hairdresser.
Yeah.
And now at this 1,000 hours and not being able to know if they can do any of the physical services provided, like you would have to get tested on that.
Yeah.
Like imagine you have to show certain manipulations that you know how to do those. So imagine taking your test where you have to physically show these manipulations, but you don't. You're just writing the answers.
No.
Yes, that's what they're doing. And so
that's so stupid.
Absolutely. I think it's going to backfire. I understand that it's a quick cash grab for the states to go through and get a license and get them in and out.
Yeah.
But I think what's happening is that the consumer believes that if you are licensed, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's incorrect for hair. I don't know how it is for massage, but for hairdressing, if you get your license, it means that you have passed a state board understanding of basically sanitation, disinfection. You know how to use a tool and demonstrate that you're not going to hurt someone.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you actually know how to cut a straight line. It doesn't mean you actually know how to style something beautiful for that person.
Yeah.
All the artistry that clients rate a good hairdresser from a bad hairdresser is actually not tested on.
But on paper,
But on paper.
Oh my God.
But on paper. But even in the practical, like I could cut a haircut
Yeah.
And it could have got like the whole haircut could have got short to long.
Yeah.
Totally messed it all up. And they would be like, he showed that he was able to use that tool proficiently without hurting the client.
Yeah.
And so like having a license doesn't mean that you actually know what you're doing. It just means that you know how to use the tools and not injure the client and keep everything clean.
That makes sense.
So this is why like advanced education for hairdressers is to me like absolutely important. Like if your hairdresser's like, oh yeah, I've been doing hair like for 5 years and under, I'm like, that's the 2020 crowd. That's the group that started either didn't get enough hands-on in the school, or they were now pushed into this new thing of where they're not having to take the practical exam. It's just all theory based. It is. And so it's really interesting talking to salon owners and like, something's different than like the younger hairdressers I had like, 10 years ago. I'm like, what has changed, dude? So what do you have to do to be a massage therapist in Texas?
I think it's 500 hours. I think
California was 8, but yeah, that sounds about right.
It might be 5. Yeah.
5.
So you learn Swedish, deep tissue.
What do they call it Swedish?
I don't know. It was probably developed in Sweden a while ago or something. I'm not sure. But I was doing this. I'm like, yeah, these are okay. And I'm a pretty sensitive person. So like deep tissue hurts really bad. It doesn't really help me. Not dogging it or anything, because that, whatever works for you. But
I always say there's a time and place.
For sure. Yeah. Not for me though. I'll be upset and sad, stressed out.
My wife, I think, like really, like she has a lot of tension in her neck, like so much tension.
That's what I work on, yeah.
And like her hips, her hips are always tight. It feels like in her neck, and like I can't see how much money we spent on different pillows to try to like help her get a better night's sleep.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah. So you're saying like you might be able to provide the answer.
Oh yeah, we can work on some stuff. Definitely.
I don't know. I'm going to tell her about this.
Yeah. Big pillow that's a tough word.
Yeah. Yeah. She's always just trying to find like the perfect pillow. And I don't have an issue with that, but I also, when we go to the chiropractor, my neck is also the least messed up.
Good for you.
That's also with 2 head-on car collisions.
Okay, it just knocked you into...
No, it knocked me out for sure. My neck was like this. It was straight. But now we're getting that like curve back in. But still, it was like, oh, man, it's wild. Wow. I was just thinking, what's that one type of massage where you like tap? Where you like...
I think that's called tapotement.
Yeah, you should do that too. Let's go show this song. And that'd be like...
I would love that. I'd love if someone recognized that. I don't do that in my practice, but that'd be very funny.
That'd be like, I just feel like that would be like a funny Instagram reel.
I would do that and then have the song go over top of it.
Yeah. You're like, this one's inspired by the song Bleed.
Yeah.
Anyone who has no idea what we're talking about thinks we're just crazy right now. But if you're a Meshuggah fan,
that would be a fun reel, actually. You do that. Have the song play over top of it. But massage school is fine. I don't like school that much. School's hard.
What was hard about it?
I think just having like this like money driven structure, and that's why anybody opens a massage school. It's kind of but it was crazy. The class had 30 people in it, and I think 9 graduated fully.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. Because it's hard. The attendance was a tough one because you had to get there, I think, at 5 o'clock on the dot, and then you got out at 9.
At night?
Yeah, Monday through Friday. And then if you missed a class, you had to pay for it. You had to pay for the hours. I think it was like you had to pay like $40 every class you missed.
Yeah.
So you missed 3 and you owe like $120.
That sucks.
It does suck.
And you
have to make up the time.
And you're going at night.
Yeah.
Because you're working.
Yep.
Which means you missed a class. So you just paid.
Yep.
And you already paid to go.
Break even, maybe.
Yeah. You're like, I worked all day to just miss those classes.
I missed 1 class, and you have to sit in and get your hours. And you can wait and accumulate them towards the end if you want, but then you have to sit for like, a long ass time. And then they have a student massage area, and that's where you get your hours.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how many hours it was. It was crazy. It was like, it wasn't 200 hours. It couldn't have been. It was up there though. There's a lot of student massages I get to do.
You just like work on each other?
No. So they had a place, like people would go in and it's like $40 for a student massage. So it's like an actual clinic. So that's where they made a lot of money.
Well,
yeah.
You make the money with the patrons coming in and getting the student services.
Yeah.
Same thing with cosmetology school.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And there's more money in color at the school level than there is on the haircut level. So again,
oh wow.
So you have all these younger hairdressers who only know how to do long layers and they can't do like what you want.
Yeah.
Because they're frightened because they never got enough hands-on experience to know their confidence level looks like. Yeah. Well, let's get this off real quick. Then.
But yeah, school was cool. They talked about fascia for like a couple of hours, and that kind of struck a weird nerve with me. And I'm like, I kind of want to look at this more. And then I found all these like older modalities that were really, I guess, kind of big in the 90s, like rolfing. If you've ever heard that.
I've heard that term.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But
it kind of came in wet. It's structural integration. So I've read all of Ida Rolf's books. That's who came up with it. And then I was looking at the school, and it's a separate school. It's called the Rolfing Institute. I don't know if it's still open.
So what are these modalities?
They're interesting. I mean, you could benefit off of them for sure. Some of them want you to do exactly what they do, how you do it. Like, for example, if you're doing a haircut, you have to do it like A, B, C, and D. You have to do it that way because that's the way you do it. They want you to do that. They don't want you to make your own unique twist on it.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bikram yoga.
Oh, with the sequencing?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's like their whole patent, their whole trademark is we do something this way, and that's what they come to expect. So you can't use, and it's also like more like a franchise thing for that at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, I looked into that stuff and read a lot about it, and it was really fascinating and cool how the fascia works and everything like that.
I always feel like these, they call them like old wives' tales. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you're sick, have chicken noodle soup. Right? Were there any of these like wives' tales, these like urban myths, you will, of like doing massage that if you start digging into these like older forms of, treating the body, you go, you know what? This actually is kind of rooted in something. Is there anything like that where like, don't do this because that will hurt that, or you should always be doing this before? Like somebody told me you should be stretching before you work out, and then other people like, you don't need to because the muscles don't need to get stretched out. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell you how many times I've had people say like, you need to be stretching before you work out. And I'm like, do I?
It's so hard to even like pinpoint what's right, what's the best way of doing things, just because of Instagram. I mean, the content I'm given is like, do this before that and do this before. Like, I don't know, it's kind of tough to navigate. That's the thing, is like everybody's so vastly different. So you just have to kind of find the thing that works for you, which is frustrating. That's what it is. Everybody has their own set of circumstances, how they grew up, how they sit, how they operate through life. And yeah, I don't think there's like one absolute correct way of doing anything. Because I go into the gym and then I just get started, and that's fantastic. But if I stretch, I'm too rubbery. And
I feel the same way.
And I'm like, let's go crazy. And then I kind of go crazy, and then I like hurt my neck a little bit.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. I feel like when I've done stretching beforehand, I feel good. By all means, I feel great.
Sure.
But it gives me this false sense of greatness.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm great. And then I'm going to lift 145 pounds above my head. Next thing you know, my body, I feel like whatever type of muscles I had kept me straight.
Yeah.
Kept my sound going, where I loosened up. And now I'm like one of those toys where you push underneath and the body collapses with the strings. I feel like that's how I felt trying to lift like something overhead. I'm like, this is not working out very well.
Yeah, it sucks. But then some people thrive. Some people stretch and do their thing. So I don't know. Or some people do the Stairmaster for like 2 hours and then go do something else. Like, well,
I never trained for a half marathon. And all I did is I was just training really hard at the gym, just doing my normal workout.
Yeah.
I'm the best shape of my life. I just woke up, had 2 donuts, 6 shots of espresso, and did half marathon.
nice.
And I actually did it at a really good time. Never did it before. I was like, and then I trained correctly.
Yeah.
For the second one, I ended up with hamstring cramps like halfway through. So what did I learn? Don't train. Just do it.
Training's a scam.
Training's a scam. Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Are there certain professions that are more prone to these negative fascia positions? I guess, I don't know what you would call them.
I don't think so. Because, like, I work with such different people. I work with people who tattoo, people who play music, people who work at a desk, people who don't work at a desk, I guess. They work, they're going to meetings a lot. I work with some people who do farming. And everyone has like a lot of similar things. A lot of people end up with tension headaches at some point.
What's a tension headache feel like?
Like your head's in a vice, or like sometimes
side or from the front?
Usually from the sides.
So this way out.
Oh. But it comes out like through the back because you have that temporalis muscle, and usually the trapezius will start. The trapezius goes to the back of the neck, so that'll start to tighten up, and then it triggers all this stuff, and then it starts feeling like really bad. And then sometimes if it gets really bad, it can mimic a sinus headache. So behind the eyes.
I thought I was having really bad issues, and it turns out I just needed glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Because once I'd close my eyes, they relaxed, and I realized I was straining my eyes.
So straining your eyes is nuts.
Which is why I have glasses now.
Good.
Stigmatism is an interesting thing because it's a misshapen eye because of the muscles like around the eyes, like shape the eye to me. If a football, it's not a perfect sphere.
Yeah.
I've always wondered this. I don't, again, these are the things that keep me up at night, right? Wonder if I had perfect expanded jaws and like I had something going on muscles, like would my eyes be correctly shaped? Like what if your skull shape and your muscle tension is like creating, like I've always wondered like these random things, like could you naturally reverse?
Oh, could you now?
Could I now? Yeah. Like are there muscles that are actually like making my eyes strain or like feel like that? So I have to, you don't have to answer this like with a definitive answer.
No, because I tried some stuff and I've looked into that because I got LASIK like 2 or 3 years ago. It worked.
Really?
But yeah, before that, I was trying to like reverse. Yeah, my eyes, like you said. So I wasn't wearing glasses as much. Or I take them off in the evenings when I was at home. Mm-hmm. So I was nearsighted, so I needed them to see far away.
Gotta stay.
And there's some like kind of hippy dippy stuff that like I tried for a while and it didn't really do.
Didn't work.
Because there's one with a string and you're supposed to focus your eyes and then expand your focus. So there's like a string and a bead. Then you keep watching the bead and then you put it here and it's further and you it's like working out your eyes.
Yeah.
But then I realized this just gives me headaches because I'm like really focused in. So I don't know. It might be like a evolution-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Size of our head, size of our jaws, skulls, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But glasses look cool. So
I like glasses. It's a new accessory.
Yeah, it is glasses.
So you've been doing this for 10 years. You got into this fascia thing in school. What is one of the, how long is the session? Like, how does it work? Like, if I was a client, like, what do I expect? I'm asking these things because I have no idea what this is like. Like, most of the time, most professions, I've had some experience of knowing about it from having a client, or I've like participated in being like, the person who's wanted that done. Like, I know what it's like to get a massage. I've had a massage, but I've never had someone who's focused only on this, right?
Yeah, that's
I've also never been to a PT, so I also don't know what it's like to go to physical therapy.
Yeah. So I offer hour sessions. I offer 90-minute sessions, which those are kind of preferred if you're like just coming in for the first time. That gives us time. Yeah, that gives us time to like work on like other stuff because we'll work on the neck for probably like 30, 45 minutes usually. towards the end, but then we'll work on some other stuff. Like I work on the tibialis anterior. So that's like the muscle that runs parallel with the shin, goes over the top of the foot, because that kind of dictates how you walk and how you're standing. So it's like our base.
Could that also like adjust like somebody's like foot posture?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're kind of, I said this so many times, recalibrating the feet. We usually do that, work on the quads, work on the hips, work on the different parts of the back, like especially the mid back. The mid back's crazy. Just like, I think everybody I've worked on ever has had like a tight mid back.
Oh, I guarantee you.
It gets stuck long. So it's like 2 metal rods next to your spine. So it doesn't allow you to have good posture. It's like when we think about having good posture, we just bring our shoulders back, retract our shoulder blades. And like, that's like, call it like fake posture.
What's good?
So it's not comfortable. Good posture is like having the ability to relax your mid back. So that's like the base of the trapezius and kind of where the ribs are.
Okay.
Until the, like where they end. Being able to like relax that and just have everything like the shoulders like sit comfortably and the neck and head sit right on top of the body. That's the goal. But yeah, just about everybody has a tight mid back, which is pretty nuts. So we work on that a lot. That creates some space to work on the neck, and then we work on the neck. But yeah, you come in like fully clothed, usually like wearing like sportswear or something comfy. With working with the fascia, you want the most friction as possible. So you're
the most friction.
Yeah. So you're like gripping the skin and kind of moving it around. Okay. Like for example, like in the neck, we'll work with like the SCM, this muscle. So I'll kind of be, if you're like face down, I'm working with like the fingertips and bringing it back. So we're working, bringing space and all this stuff, playing them like guitar strings, because there's so many muscles in the neck.
Okay.
So we're moving these.
It's literally like manhandling. It's like
essentially like working
grabbing and like moving. You're not like,
yeah.
It's not like a massage where you're like, let me just do these gentle circles. You're actually like,
you've had trigger point before. So we're also working on trigger points too, but not as intensely, because I want to like stay at the blue line right below fight or flight. Okay. So it doesn't set off your nervous system.
Oh yeah. I would have to mentally prepare, because he'd be like, all right. His name, funny enough, his name was also Alex. And he was like, all right, we're going to get to that spot. Cause like he didn't tell me the first time, and it like lit up. Like I was talking about, I had like a weird pinched shoulder pain over here. And for some reason he was operating on my left side of my body. And he goes, all right, I'm going to do this. He just did it. And I was like, what? And then suddenly my shoulder pain that I was trying to get rid of from an injury from the gym flared up immediately. It's like somebody hit the right button.
Oh yeah. Kind of spasm.
Oh, and then it went right up into my neck, and it was giving me this headache that I would get. And I thought it was all related to this.
Yeah. And
after I knew that, I was like, you have to warn me. I have to like mentally, he's like, I could do it like lighter. I said, no. Don't do it like the only way through the getting through this is like going through it, right? I have to go forward. I can't like try to like work around it. I'm like, let's just do it. Oh,
I like a little, yeah.
Then he had these tools.
Oh yeah.
The metal.
The scraper.
And then he'd be like, all right, you ready? And he'd just tilt my head one way and just, I thought he was like trying to saw my arm off.
Yeah. I'm not a scraper guy.
But it felt, I look pretty bruised in some areas. Like you like whatever was going on.
Yeah.
I probably did about like 6 sessions of this.
Damn.
And I was good after that.
Okay,
like,
cool.
Like he was also telling me other things to do. I was like, when you're at home, stretch out for this. Like this is going to continue that. I don't remember what was at this point now, because it's been like 10 years. But it was something that I was really open to, because most massage, it feels good.
Yeah.
But it like didn't do anything.
Yeah, if you're going to like relax and bring your nervous system to like a calm state for a while, that's like
which
that's the time and place for it.
Was to actually like go to the massage for the medicinal purposes. Yeah. Not for like, ooh, look, I'm smelling some incense and getting rubbed down. I'm relaxing in a low light area.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was not what I was going for. I was going for like what I need.
Enya rocks, dude.
What's that?
Enya rocks.
I like Enya.
Like Enya, so good.
Dude, Enya, like a lot of that new age stuff, like Lorena McKenna, if you know who she is, like those are like, I love all that stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
So what kind of music do you listen to in your bodywork studio?
I think lo-fi really is good.
Lo-fi?
Yeah. And then there's some stuff that I listen to that's like in the mornings, like up until like 10 a.m. because I'll take some 7:30 clients.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I get in at 7:30 to after hour long. So 7:30, 8:45, 10 o'clock. I listen to like piano music.
Nice.
That's good to start the day off with. And then after that, it's kind of like lo-fi, some slow tempo stuff, but something that also has like a little bit of energetic stuff into it. And I keep my room like pretty bright. I have like a really big window that allows in a lot of natural light, which is really cool. Yeah, it's the vibe of it.
Yeah. Little plants, monsters.
No, I did have a big monster. I took it out though.
We had a huge Thai constellation in this room.
Yeah.
Like massive. Like
in here?
Yeah. It literally tore up this whole area. Like right here, like right behind me. It came to the point where like we have to find a new place or get rid of it. And my wife sold it. So
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are nuts for big plants. That's great.
Yeah.
No, I have one plant that's in there. It's doing pretty well.
That's good.
But yeah, I had like 3 plants in there. Then I took it out and I'm like, oh, this is like a nice breathable space, a little bit more minimalist. So the goal is like to have like a little calm space, but also have some like stuff that I like in there. So some cool paintings from friends. And
so since most people are trying to like resolve their pain through either like maybe some physical therapies or light stretching, like, for me, I go to a chiropractor every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. My kids have gone to the chiropractor since they're babies. So like, I just know the nervous system needs to function. And so we do that. But what I was going to ask you is this something that here's what I'm trying to ask in a roundabout way, but I'm just going to be direct. Do you feel that technology is adding more to this neck problem? Because the chiropractor will tell you this motion right here is so bad for our head, like the weight and support structure, like how much weight we have on our head tilting forward, like it's just really bad on our neck.
Sure, but I didn't read a book. Like everyone's been reading books and stuff forever. So
yeah, but but people weren't reading books like walking through society.
That's true. But still just like studying and stuff. Yeah, I think that is like an impact thing, but I think more so the overstimulation that we get. Okay. So not necessarily body mechanics. I do think that is a contributing thing, but I think the dopamine rise and fall throughout the day is insane. And I think that has to do a lot with the nervous system. Because another thing about fascia that's almost like newly discovered-ish is the nervous system runs through the fascia.
What?
Yeah, so it can influence it, and that can influence, the fascia can influence the nervous system, the nervous system can influence the fascia.
So that means if you're stuck in like fight or flight.
Yeah, like, it tightens up. Yeah,
it tightens up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking with my limited knowledge and experience, like if I'm going to a chiropractor and like, look, everything's fine. Like you shouldn't be feeling this. Yeah, everything. It could be the fascia is what you're saying. For sure.
It's this crazy, weird, almost invisible thing that's happening. Yeah.
Does diet or food play a factor or role in how the fascia operates? For instance, when you get a massage, you're supposed to drink lots of water because of the toxins that are released.
Yeah, I don't know enough about all the toxins and stuff. That's always like, that word's always made me giggle a lot. But
because they always say like there's all this toxic buildup. I always think of okay, like the only thing I could think of is that they might be holding on to like a lot of like lactic acid or some shit like that. But my understanding about lactic acid is that lactic acid is actually building up in that moment. So later, like it doesn't just hang out there, like dissipates. Like people get muscle cramps, that's lactic acid.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you lactic acid. I'm like, no, your muscles are fucking sore.
That's what happens. Yeah, that's a limit in your muscles being like, hey, dude, this is enough. If you keep doing this, something crazy is going to happen. But, wait, would you ask me? Sorry. Diet, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think so. But again, everyone's so different. So, I mean, like.
I was thinking like hydration, like water.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm wondering because I feel a lot of caffeine. Like, does caffeine restrict?
I can't. God damn it. Everyone's so different, especially with caffeine too. Caffeine makes me like sweat and kind of panic, and it makes me feel so good. So I think I have a slight addiction to it, like, and not because my brain's like, stop doing this. And then I'm like, this could be my last one.
No.
But little panic, little sweat. That's what happens to me. And then my fiance can have a ton of it and then go take a nap. So
That's me.
yeah. So yeah, everyone's different. But I mean, yeah, I think diet has something to do with it. Also, hydration is a big thing with it. Mm-hmm. Hydration and nutrients and stuff.
Like what kind of nutrients are good for the fascia muscles?
I think magnesium is like one of the biggest ones that people are like normally lacking in.
Well, there's like 3 or 4 different types of magnesium.
There is, yeah.
Just the one that we'll take is like magnesium citrate or siltrate.
Yeah,
that's
the C citrate.
Yeah, that's the one.
So that's good. Also, fascia is made up of collagen. So I think supplementing collagen's nice.
That sounds like a good one. Solid recommendation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just like those two. You just make sure you're hydrated. Drink lots of water. Some good water.
This front part, do you ever put product in here? Just kind of let it air dry.
I put some product in it.
Do you like kind of like light it, like lift this up?
It kind of goes to that side, yeah.
Yeah, it does. Your hair, the grain of your hair is like this way.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why it bunches up like right here. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get this like weighted, heavy piece. So I'm trying to diffuse that as much as I can. So when it does fall over, you don't get this clump.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool not to have the clump, right? So just find out where these corners are at. But other than that, I mean, I like the way this looks because you can still see your tattoo. Mm-hmm. If it is, and if you put product in there, just lift it up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, and then I'm going to take this stuff shorter. But like I was looking at your profile, making sure like this right here is pretty square.
Yeah.
Once I go from about here down, it's going to be all skin.
Cool. But yeah, nutrition's fun. Again, that's like a endless rabbit hole of stuff.
Get your eyebrows too, dude. You have a couple wild ones.
I know, they're crazy. Look like a professor.
Professor of fascia.
Yeah, that's right. Would you say between fashion and fashion?
So I know what fashion is, and I know what a fascist is.
It's insane.
Is it weird that when I first heard the term fascist, I thought it was somebody who was like into fashion, and they're like, "No, that's a fashionista," and I was like, "I don't know these words." Oh yeah,
I gotta change. I gotta email some people. How long have you been doing this?
Close to 25 years now.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm an old dude over here.
When'd you get started?
God, 43. So I don't know. I'll do the math on that one. I've been doing hair a long time, and it doesn't feel like I've been doing it a long time.
That's great.
And when I say it doesn't feel like that, time-wise, and also on my body, like I don't have these aches and pains that hairdressers usually get from this career path.
That's great. What's your secret?
One, it's how I was taught. It was about body ergonomics, about making sure your wrist is straight, so you're not cutting off blood flow to the carpal tunnel.
That's so good.
So that's like one thing. Another one is you don't want your elbows to really go much higher than your shoulders, because that creates a lot of uncomfortable tension. So you want to be here or here. If you're doing this, that's fine temporarily, but you don't want to be doing a whole haircut here. The other thing is that you also don't want your hands up really high, because you're always like you can't see over, right? So you want to lower the gaps, or you want to bring them up depending on what you're trying to do. So I have a stool right to my left here. Right to my left is a weird phrase, by the way. Right to my left. Yeah. To my left. I have a stool. So like what will happen is like if the guests in the chair are an awkward height, like if you had long hair, or if I need to detail something here in your neck, I'm going to put you down lower. I'm going to put that stool up higher. So that way my eyes are low to where I'm working. So that really alleviates a lot of this kind of stuff.
That's great.
So I do know like I can't prevent everything from this job onto my body, but I can do a lot of things to really like minimize that impact.
Same, big same. It's like that's one thing they taught in school is body mechanics, but that's so easy to like just kind of throw out the window and go on with your day. And then, it's been a year, 2 years, 5 years, and you've been like hunched over.
Well, yeah. And what will happen is, bad habits and good habits have the same learning curve.
Yeah.
It's just whichever one you do the most of becomes your habit, right? So it's like you could have I try to, I was telling somebody that like, if you are only introduced to good habits and you really make a conscious choice to only practice those things, your quote bad habit list is so minimal.
Yeah.
Because it's muscle memory at this point, as you said earlier, like you're dealing with muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just am always trying to like do things. Most of my injuries are either from a car accident or B, some stupid injury that I've done at the gym.
Yeah.
My most recent one is having a fracture in my L5 because my son decided to just jump.
Yeah.
And put all of his weight on my lower back when I was laying down. Oh man. Thankfully my spine, like in the muscle, it was really tight. The muscles were really sore, but it did what the body was designed to do, which is the muscles get tight to protect the spine so the spine wouldn't move. So the spinal cord is protected. But it was like 4 or 5 days of having a lot of tension and pain and muscle tightness. So I was just doing tons of red light therapy, crazy amount of red light therapy and heat, which everybody was telling me to do cold because cold stops the pain. And everything I've been reading is that when you let blood flow go to an area where it gets swollen, it's trying to heal it.
Right.
So heat adds more of that blood to go there. And I was like, I'm really leaning on the crazy woo-woo side of stuff that I've been doing. In 4 or 5 days, I was like, actually really good.
That's good.
But
so you just stage dive onto your back.
He literally was standing over me and he went like this, like that. And I was so mad, not because like it didn't hurt right then. It hurt actually like 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later when I went to go pick up the dog bowl off the floor. And then like, I was like, what happened? It was like that movement triggered everything. But I was so upset because I told him like, you can't do this because someone's going to get hurt. Yeah. Like, he's like, no, dude, no, I don't weigh that much or whatever. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Sure enough. That's why I was so mad. I was like, oh, God. And then he'd go pick me up. And I go, I can't. He's like, well, I'm like,
you crippled your father.
You broke, exactly.
You broke your dad.
There was a little bit of pack your bags. We're going on a guild trip. I did suggest that he should be Bane for Halloween and I could be Batman because Bane broke Batman's back.
That's right.
He did not find that humorous. He looked at me with like the death stare. He goes, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
it's like, it's too soon.
It's too soon. It's so interesting cutting hair when somebody has hint on their scalp.
Some tattoos, yeah.
It's because sometimes it fucks you.
Yeah, this one's got like lines in it and stuff. I can see that.
Yeah, like this one, like you're like, so like this one is like, I'm pretty confident I'm going to get the fade right. This one, very confident getting the fade right.
Yeah.
But I remember there's sometimes there would be clients that come in and their hair would be so dense, super dense and super dark. And then they don't tell you that they have tattoos hidden on their head.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. I'm like, don't worry about that. I'm like, you should have told me. Like, oh no, that's fine. I don't mind it.
Let's see.
I'm like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. So what was the motivation for like blacking out your arm?
I've always seen it on other people growing up. I'm trying to remember the skateboarder that had it in the early 2000s. But I always thought it looked really crazy and cool. Yeah. I had some stuff underneath that I wasn't too crazy about, but I also didn't care that much.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get it done. Looked, really cool. Really almost like fashion-y, avant-garde a little bit. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
There's no coming back from that.
You can put stuff over top.
What? You can tattoo over the solid black?
Yeah.
Like with what? What ink?
You could do white or you could do more black.
More black. So basically like you get solid black, it fades, and then you put more black over it. Mm-hmm. And then you get 2 tones of black.
Yeah, there's also different tones of black too. Oh, really? Because some blacks have blue in them. Some black are more black than others.
I always remember seeing the black that had more of like I feel like it has like more like a greenish to it.
There's that too, yeah.
There's that, yeah. It's like a verde-ish kind of thing.
It's all for different skin tones too. So if you have more melanin in your skin, I think like it's like color theory or something. I think it's like more blue. Looks more like black or like ones that have like the Verde one. I can't remember, but there's different types of black, which is really cool. But yeah, you can put it right out on top.
Interesting.
Excited about that. Not in any rush though.
You're not in any rush.
No. Got other stuff I'm doing. I'm doing a dragon on my leg. That's almost done.
You still have room left, huh?
Still some room.
Everybody says that once you get tattooed, it becomes an addiction. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think at some point.
So
I mean, if someone's like, you can't get tattooed again, I'm like, okay. I'd be a little bummed. It wouldn't wreck my life, but it's fun. I feel like I've replaced it with like buying new shoes or buying like clothes.
Yeah.
It's just fun to get something new, and then later you can appreciate it more. Because it's kind of like, when you have like a bunch like this, he's kind of like anticlimactic, mostly.
But man,
like I got my face, I got a butterfly on my face, and I'm like, okay.
Why butterfly?
And then, I don't know, looks cool. I like butterflies.
And you don't have color. Yours just all black and white.
I mean, in my leg, there's some color, but that's the cover up.
Okay. Yeah, that's very minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always just curious about that. Like, my wife has her back done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one. And she never got any more after that. Because she just wanted the one tattoo, which is like...
I think those are the coolest.
She just has like her whole back, and it's all done in like a jailhouse style, which you wanted. And it's just a giant black and white dragon.
That's badass.
And that's it.
That's so cool.
I have 0 tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm always wanting to get one of my clients who's... I have a couple clients that are like quite cool, but like in their 80s. Mm-hmm. And they have no tattoos, clearly, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, up to my wall, like, let's get a best friend tattoo. Like, and I'm always trying to see if they'll take me up on the offer.
That's the only way you'll get one.
That's the only way I'll do it. Like, what do you have that tattoo? Oh, I got it with my client who was like 80 years old. Like, that's a funny story to me. But, being drunk in Vegas and getting, snow cone tattoos on with your best friend, like that's
pretty cool.
It could be cool.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Ricky to do that. Ricky Huber, I was trying to get him. Come on, we're going to get tattoos together. He's like, I'll do it. He's like, had this completely covered in tattoos. And he's like, yeah, I'll totally do it. And I'm like, I know you will. For you, it's just like one extra little thing. For me, I'm like, where would I put that?
It's a big deal. Yeah.
It's a big deal of all the space.
Magic tattoos are fun. I just have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my fiance got it. Like the first time I visited her.
Okay. Where's that at?
On my wrist.
No, visiting her.
Oh. She lives in London right now.
Oh, right.
And then she'll be living here. She has her interview for her visa. We've been at it for a year and a half.
So she's English?
She's Basque.
Oh, okay.
And Irish. She's crazy. And she's been in London for about 11 years on this. Yeah. So I'm usually here for a month, and then I go there for like 2 weeks. That's what this past year's looked like.
That would explain why I see you traveling all the time. Like, man, this guy's
a man of leisure.
And I'm like, dude,
no, I just
miss the wrong profession.
Miss my lady.
It's also really cool. And nobody ever talks about this because like what you and I are tradesmen, right? So like Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs would be very proud if we picked a trade.
I hope so. I wouldn't be proud of me so bad.
I actually like Mike Rowe. And they say that if your parent, one of your parents is a tradesperson, you are more likely to grow in their same hat. So my question for you is, are either of your parents tradesmen?
No.
Okay, so you're first.
I think so. I think my dad was a contractor for a little bit.
That's a trade.
Yeah.
My dad's an electrician.
Yeah, I guess he was.
So that's a tradesman.
And I used to like crazy talks somewhere, like real estate talks. Like Wolf of Wall Street-ish, like big talks.
Those kind of things?
I think so.
Okay.
Dude, seminars, 10X, abundance mindset.
What's cool is like, I don't have to bring many things with me. As long as you give me a pair of scissors, comb, and some clips, I can work anywhere in the world. I don't need to have a lot of equipment. I can literally,
is that curated? Was that by
everything I need is here.
Yeah.
Outside of that, brushes, blow dries, not necessary, but that's all I need.
Yeah.
All you need is your hands and your mind.
Yeah, basically.
So you can work anywhere.
Just about.
This is one of the cool things that I think about, like, they call it like skilled trades and all that I don't think gets enough talk about, is like, you can pick up and move anywhere. You have to like build clientele. That's the hard part. You don't just get salary,
Right.
But you could work anywhere at any time.
It's crazy. Yeah, there's so much opportunity because we have Instagram and stuff like that. So the marketing is just like right there for you.
Oh yeah. Which is that what you do? You find that that's the best marketing for you?
Yeah, it's been insane. I've met so many cool people doing that. Like, for example, I mean, it was probably 6 or 9 months ago. But remember that band H2O?
Yeah.
All right, so my friend sent me a thing, and Tony Morris was like, hey, I hurt my back. I need a massage therapist in Austin. And my friend said it to me. I messaged him. He messaged me back. Now we like kind of message here and there.
That's cool.
Insane.
It's so random how that works out.
Yeah. He just came through and I'm like, hey, dude. So I've been listening to his music my entire life. And yeah, that was crazy. So things like that would happen here and there. And yeah, nuts. So, and then I met my fiance through Instagram. So,
you know, at one point in time, I think meeting people on the internet seemed like a really weird and dangerous thing. But you at least have the time to like maybe like talk to somebody and get to know them. Hopefully, if they're being honest or real. Yeah. Versus people like, that's weird. I just ought to go to a bar. I'm like, cool. So you're going to meet somebody super intoxicated who's probably lying directly to your face.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is like way more worse, I think. Like lying from a distance is bad. Don't get me wrong. But lying right to someone's face.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's where it's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So Instagram's cool. And then, I don't know, just living in Austin, how friendly everybody is. I'll run into somebody, we'll get talking, and I'll be like, hey, dude, here's my Instagram. We should be friends. And they're usually like, yeah, okay.
That's cool.
And then you're just connected with that person for however long you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can just be like, yeah, we're not friends anymore.
You could do that too.
Yeah, I find that like, as a professional, I use that term professional. It's always interesting to see how everybody curates their page differently. Like some people, they mix it's only business. Some people, it's like a glimpse of their life and work. And then sometimes it's then they just overshare their personal life too much, where you're almost like, I don't want to know that much about you.
But I keep watching and coming back from work.
Yeah, but
drama.
For the train wreck.
Yeah, exactly. I think we balance it pretty well.
I think you do.
Yeah, I think you do too.
I mean, my personal thing is really just like, you know, hair, food, and family, really, you know, and work travels. But I'm not going to like tell you or share. I'm not going to give like my opinions on today's current events. I think that's the easiest way, just to like isolate 50% of your clients or future clients.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't make my space like that for anything.
Yeah.
Unless something, I don't know.
Doesn't mean I don't have my own thoughts. It just means like I don't really care to air it.
Yeah. I don't want to participate in that on my page. It's too much.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough people doing that. So for me, I'm like, no.
What if something crazy happens, like the floods or something like that? I'm going to be like, yeah, this person's doing a fundraiser.
Yeah. But like that, but that's like also like, that's like also not a divisive topic.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if it was.
Like, how dare you help those families who lost everything in the floods?
Yeah.
Whoever does that, like, I'm blocking them.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be really crazy.
That'd be really fucked. Actually, it's because of one of those things I realized that the guy who founded T. Perry's. T. Perry's is the band. T. Perry's. What? It's a band?
No, that'd be like the salad place.
That would be.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking that's actually how I learned that he had hair, because he came on and I was like, I need to reach out to Pete Terry to be like, come on the show. You have hair. Yeah. So it sucks because sometimes there's so many cool people, but like I'll never be able to have them on as a guest because they have no hair. Like Billy Corgan, never be able to have him.
His beard.
Yes, does he have beard?
No, I guess not.
No. He kind of looks like he belongs in the movie Dark City sometimes.
I know Dark City.
But dude, that movie is rip.
What
came out in like late 90s, Dark City.
Yeah.
Really cool. Came out right around that same time as like The Matrix. But it's like perpetually nighttime.
Sick.
And it's like this world and everything kind of like reforms overnight or changes. And one guy's like onto it. And then you kind of see what happens behind the scenes. It's a good movie. There's a couple of these movies that came out in the late 90s that I'm like, man, these are like way more deeper than just like, oh, it's a sci-fi movie. Like there's actually like more meaning to them.
Yeah, you kind of find that out later, which is nice. It's good to rewatch that stuff. Like the Matrix is still pretty heavy.
Yeah.
The CGI is funny, but
dude,
it's still pretty good.
I feel like at one point CGI was like perfect. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, probably some of the best CGI, right? And it was like 10 years later after Jurassic Park, which had great CGI.
Yeah.
And then you see some of these like movies where I'm like, look at the CGI. I'm like, how did we go backwards in time?
Yeah, it's too, yeah.
Makes no sense.
We're doing too much.
Yeah.
And you kind of use your imagination with it too.
You could.
But no, when it's like not as great as it is now or whatever.
I feel like sometimes some of the CGI is like really bad in movies like that.
It makes it like, especially with scary movies. So you watch an older scary movie and it scares the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because it's kind of shitty.
Are you a big horror movie fan?
Here and there. Just like what comes to mind is like Pet Sematary.
Oh, yeah.
How gnarly that was. And like they use like wax and like all this. It's like clearly fake, but it still bothers you in a way like a new movie probably wouldn't. So.
Any of those old Clive Barker movies were just like kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So Bullet, Rawhead Rex.
Yeah.
You like watch those things. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Still, Cannibal Holocaust. If you ever watched that one, it's a messed up movie.
It is.
I went through a small horror movie phase in my teenage years.
Yeah, catch them here and there.
Now I don't really enjoy them.
No. It's too much.
Now I'm like, let me just watch Workaholics or like a rom-com.
Take the edge off your brain. Unless it's smooth, yeah.
Yeah. There's so much agitation going on. Like I'd rather just have it like nice and calm.
So that's your comfort show is Workaholics?
Girl right now. I just discovered it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's really funny.
It's hysterical. Some of the things, like, what I love about it is like, here's these grown men in the like mid-20s who are coming up with ideas that like my 6 and 8 year old are coming up with. And they have the excuse because they're 6 and 8. So they don't know the world. But these are like grown men. And I'm like, what's going on with this? And I think it's funny that they just use their own names as their own characters.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, Blake. Which, when you know that and they're like ripping on each other, it makes me believe that these guys, this is how they would probably rip on each other all the time. So they just leave the cameras rolling.
But it's so fun because they're all just insecure dudes.
Oh, yeah.
In some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. I like that show.
Definitely one of my favorite shows to watch. How's this side feel? Good?
Like, yeah, it looks really good.
So see how I just did like a low taper right through here. Mm-hmm. So that way you start getting that contrast building up. Because if I take this too high, again, like I just want to be like, this would be like a really nice little taper fade. Mm-hmm. Skin right here, a little fade, texture up into here. Then as this gets longer, it's going to like pop out faster.
Cool. I like Righteous Gemstones a lot. I'm going to rewatch that.
Well, I know of it.
Yeah, it's good.
That's like the evangelical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I used to have a client who actually, that was like his whole thing. That was like his job. Like, so in Orange County, and it's, by the way, it's massive, huge. It's called Trinity Broadcasting Network.
Yeah.
It's the biggest evangelical network. And he started it, Paul Crouch. Paul Crouch is my client. So he'd say stuff like, my wife's the one with the blue wigs and stuff like that. Dude, talking to him was a total trip. Because every haircut turned into a theological conversation.
Ew.
And from someone who was not raised with any of it, and someone who was all about it. I think it's somebody who listened to us. They probably thought we may have been arguing, but we were never arguing. It was always just me going questioning. Well, what about this and what about that? Because I just wanted to know more.
Sure.
Like, it's like when somebody comes in, I don't know anything about what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask a lot of questions.
That's great.
I think that's how it should happen.
Yeah, people don't get offended by that.
Yeah, and
especially with religion. It's such like a...
Well, I told this to a lot of people. Like, I felt that he truly believed he was doing in his mind God's work. Yeah. I did not get any disingenuine, like charlatan, sort of thinking. Like, I bet like he went to his grave going like, I did the best that I could do. There was no like, and I think he was a very sincere person. And it's like you could look at somebody and go, oh man, I don't like what they're doing, but you don't know them. Like, and when you actually get to, you know, you sit in your chair for an hour and you do their hair for a year or two, every 4 weeks, you get to kind of like, you get to know them.
For sure.
Going on and all that.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, man, like this guy's actually really nice. And I really believe that this guy is like not a fraud. What I mean by that, like the guy is really like, he's trying to like walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yeah, he's not just wearing a hat when he's at work.
Yeah.
It's like who he is.
Yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, I do that on television. Let me just tell you, you know, I'm an old man, but let me tell you, I just love hookers and cocaine. He's not that dude. He would be like, let me just tell you, like, I can't wait for this. I remember particularly he was talking about Easter Sunday and how not only is it a big holiday for Christians, but he was talking about how like the deeper meaning for him and his family. And he like went on and so I'm like, somebody who's not actually in it will probably wouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
You know? So and I guess interesting. The more questions you ask, the more he was open to it because, you know, his mission is to get more people.
Yeah.
You know? So I just discovered a new tattoo back here. Oh, it extends back to here.
That shit.
You know, I just this thing goes all the way back to here.
Oh yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah, I just flipped this up and I was like, oh wow, surprise.
No, yeah, I forget too. I forget what's back there. I want to get more, but I don't want to be like bald yet.
Nah.
So I'm getting married in November 17th.
Wow, that's coming up.
That's coming up.
Where is that going to be?
Las Vegas, baby.
Nice.
A little Whitechapel.
Oh, cool. We can have Elvis there?
I don't know. We're not like big Elvis fans, so we'll see.
How'd you pick Vegas?
So we went on a road trip together. That's where it like ended.
Okay.
It's Vegas. We're just like, it's kind of a special place to us. It's not our favorite place, but so yeah, we're gonna do a little wedding there for like 2 days, do some hiking the day before. And I think we can only fit like 10 people in the chapel.
Nice.
So her uncle's coming from London, her brother's coming from Valencia.
Spain.
Yeah.
No, Valencia, California.
Oh, there is one. Okay, I gotcha.
I'm like, for anybody who knows about this, it's like when people say Newport, I'm like, Newport Beach, California, not Rhode Island.
Yeah.
The other mini Newports.
That sucks. You shouldn't have like so many names that are the same for places.
Well, then we have to get rid of all the main streets in America then.
But I mean, like Portland, you have to ask which one.
Yeah, I guess. Nobody I know, I don't really know anybody that's in Maine. So like, it's never like on my radar. I say,
I do now for some reason. So many people are moving there.
To Maine?
To Maine, around Portland, yeah.
They
like it. I've had like 2 clients move out there.
I want to go to Maine.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, yeah, we have lobsters all the time. And like, there's like, the weather's crazy. And
yeah, I mean, I would like to eat lobster all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You have a nice little wedding.
Yeah, it was fun. And we're trying to figure out our honeymoon. If we're going to go to Colorado or go somewhere like Oregon or something like that.
The Oregon coast is supposed to be gorgeous.
In November?
Probably.
Yeah, probably do that then.
That's supposed to be good. And then, where was I? I was watching this that's IG reel and it was like places in America that look like Europe. And it was like the Swiss Alps apparently looks very similar to one of the part of Colorado.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I would like to go check that out. So I've been to the Swiss Alps and those are gorgeous,
cool.
you know,
Cool.
So you can save yourself a lot of plane fare probably. How's this feel?
Oh, it looks incredible. Yeah, it's perfect.
Put some product in it, call it a day.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's do that. So what's next on the agenda with your career? Is there like, because I saw that you have like a course that people can sign up and so like, tell me about that. Like, what have you learned about setting up that online course?
This is the first one I've done.
Okay.
Kind of did a lot of research just from people who have done courses.
Okay.
And seeing like what they have to offer, what resonates with people. But the one that I have is called the Neck Reset. And it's 7 days. You follow along. It's like 5 minutes for each one.
Okay.
And it's like a series of neck exercises, fascia movements, fascia flosses, self-massage. And It's almost like a bell curve. So you start off really slow and then you kind of get into more intense stuff. And then it kind of takes it easy at the last one.
Yeah.
And it should help your neck a lot. So that's my goal. Like on Instagram is I show people everything that they can do themselves. Yeah. And then what I offer is things that they, you can't do yourself.
Yeah.
But the course has been great. Got a lot of really positive feedback. It did really well. And I'm excited to do some more. So I think I might do one with jaw pain and one with mid-back.
Mid-back?
Yeah. Or probably posture.
Posture.
Yeah. That's cool. This looks great. I'm psyched.
Good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's got a really good shape.
That was the goal. Just keep this you had hair, to cut. So that was the easy part. Mm-hmm. And you had it in all the places I needed it to be, you had it longer up here, which I needed. So that way I could really work with your head shape on here. So that way it's just an extension of this. Mm-hmm. So it's not about just getting a really short skin fade. It's also is your head bowing out here and narrowing it, which a lot of guys see how when I push this side down, you can see where it wants to come in and go out right in through here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so instead of, if your head doesn't have the prominent parietal ridge on the sides, then you have to build it with hair.
Science.
Yeah. But, all right, that's fun. So do people go to you for a long time for this stuff until it goes away? Or is it they see you for I don't know, so many sessions and then they're kind of work through it? Or is it have you gotten, or do you have I don't know. I'm just curious about that. Cause I know with a chiropractor, people go, oh, I'm fine. But I know that you're not fine and that you actually kind of need to go all the time, depending on what you're doing. Me as a hairdresser, stand all day and hunched over or try not to be, right? That's going to do that. Yeah. But I just know that if you're, strength training a lot for a lot of athletic stuff. So if you are training for jujitsu, you're probably going to need you more often because you're that activity.
Yeah.
I'm imagining people who do a lot of these things don't realize that they could actually benefit from you. Somebody does dirt biking, BMX.
Oh, big time. Yeah. I have some BMXers.
Do you have anybody who does ice cross?
I don't know what ice cross is.
Oh, dude.
What's ice cross?
It's downhill ice skating.
Where?
Of course.
Where do they do that?
They for about 20 years, Red Bull sponsored these events. And then that COVID happened, they cut it out. It's probably going to be in the Winter Olympics at some point. But you're going downhill, going 20, 30 miles an hour on hockey skates. And you have jumps and you're clearing those. So you're 4 or 5 people racing downhill. Who can ever get to the end? And you're wearing hockey helmets. And it's almost like roller derby, but downhill on ice.
That's so scary to think about.
There's a documentary on it. Wow. It's called Ice Cross. You can watch it on Roku and Amazon. I bought it. Yeah, one of the top.
You're in it, yeah.
Well, why not, right? So one of the, he's in the top 10 ice cross athletes in the world is actually in Austin.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Where's he practice?
Well, once it starts getting winter season, he packs up and goes to the cold country.
That's amazing.
Canada, Finland, Norway. He's in there circle training and stuff like that. But I'm imagining that is a sport where
you get wrecked.
Dude.
Can't imagine the falls you take. It has to be embarrassing too if you fall because you're just forever.
Well, it's not really. They actually kind of it's almost like they get hockey chapped into the walls.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of stop. Wow. They hit and then they may slide a little bit, but then you have all the other guys coming down. And so they're jumping over them.
On ice skates.
Sharp blades.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Damn.
It's wild.
All right. I'll look into that. That sounds cool.
It's a fun sport to check out. But are you trying to get into different in other industries that would really benefit all the CrossFit people?
I tried to narrow it down and get more specific with marketing and stuff like that. Yeah. But I found I like working with everybody and I have so many different clients that do different things.
Mm-hmm.
So I much prefer that. And if something happens, it happens, which has been nice. It's been pretty organic mostly. Cause if I work on somebody that's Austin FC or something, they'll tell their friends.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell, their mom or a friend that they know or colleagues, and I'll get those people pretty organically.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you worked with Austin FC.
I've worked with one person who played on Austin FC, and then I work with some of the people that work in like the offices and stuff for them.
It's surprising, like that they wouldn't have somebody like you, just like
they have people.
I know they have people, but someone who specifically is like this is our guy. Like we like once a week we come in, or like once a month you come in and just like work on. Because like one of my old clients, he was I think like the knee and like elbow, like that hinge joint.
Mm-hmm.
He was their go-to guy for like the Lakers.
Oh wow!
So like one of his patients was a Laker, and that turned into him being the go-to consultant for the Lakers. And so he's like, yeah, my whole career's done with all these basketball players. Right? How that happens? Like I got one,
yeah,
and then I did a really great surgery. He played better than he was before the surgery. And that's how I built it all up. And I always think it's really interesting, like the H2O guy that you said.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. And then, musicians and stuff. I just see like kind of who's on tour. And then like if they're a band that I really like, I'll like message them sometimes if I'm going crazy.
That?
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. One thing did fall through though, which I'm like, I still think about, but Glassjaw was on tour.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my friends who is also a client, his tour manager reached out to me and they're like, oh yeah, Glassjaw's coming through, this and that. And can you meet at this place at this time? And I wasn't in town. So it didn't work out. But
it sucks when like there's like that, like so close yet so far away moments. You know, I've had that with the podcast. I've had some people, yeah, we can do it. And like the day before, like, man, my schedule I just can't, like, you know, like it's like this is like not needed on their schedule. They have other things that are more important, which I totally get. Clearly, you weren't here, you know. So that made sense. But yeah, are there? So Glassjaw, you're a fan of Glassjaw?
I like some Glassjaw. Yeah,
you like Glassjaw. I never had to listen to Glassjaw. The first time I saw them was on the White Pony tour.
Oh, that must have been a crazy tour.
It was wow. I had no idea what the hell I was watching.
Wow,
I had no idea because I was like Glassjaw. I'm like. And then I watched this, and I was like, oh, I think seeing a band you don't know, watching them live is the best way because you're either going to fall in love with them or not fall in love with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
found so many good bands that way.
Yeah. You go, oh, this is great. Or I don't like this at all.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a band called Creepoid that I never heard of. And then I saw them and I'm like, this is a type of music I wanted to exist and I didn't know that I needed it. And now it exists.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like, get your haircut.
You too.
Really congratulations on getting married in a few months.
Thank you.
And that's it. Adios.
Adios.